Hello, good morning, good evening, and welcome to Bigg World Cinema. Without further ado, we'll continue with what you're here for. And if you enjoy this channel's content, please could you like, share, and subscribe? Thank you.
It's still rainy season in India. I now have a pond outside my room. So for the fourth morning on the trot, I have muesli, fruit, curd and honey. Oh my goodness, my favourite breakfast in India. Look at that. This is 200 pesos, which is £2. And then I've got masala tea, 50 pesos, 50 rupees. Why? I keep talking in pesos, can't get that out of my head. So I'm at the Buddha Bar Cafe on the seafront, and it's not a very good day today, it's a bit wet. So this is probably the best one I've had. Normally they all come together, they come together in a bowl, fruit, muesli, curd and honey all mixed together in a bowl, but this is all separate for you to do your own thing. So I think you get more. I think you get a lot more here at the Buddha Bar. So it's not a very nice day today, it's a bit wet and miserable. Look at all this fruit I've got. I mean, I've put half the fruit I've got in here and I've still got all this left over. God, it's so great to be back in India with all this fruit. I didn't really eat much fruit when I was in the Philippines, so gosh, I'm going crazy now with their fruit. Absolutely beautiful. So this is Varkala behind the cliff, This is a very noisy road. I walked down here looking for accommodation after spending my first night on South Cliff. I walked along here not wanting to stay in the North Cliff by the cliff. I wanted to stay behind the cliff, and so I came round this road. But it is very noisy because everything's on this main road with lots of corners, lots of bends. It's a very busy road, as you can hear. So there might be some nice places to stay around here, but I just thought the constant beeping of horns, and it's not just going to be 8 till 6, it's going to be all night because of these corners and no pavements, and there's a car waiting to go around me and tooting. So I just thought I'd walk around and show what there is behind the cliff top. It's a nice area with nice houses, nice accommodation, but very noisy. So I stay in the middle here. I stay between this road and the cliff. My guest house, so to speak, is in the middle of this area over here, and it is very quiet. So the way to my guest house would be down this road down here. So they call this majestic cliff house, but Wanderlust majestic cliff house, but it's not actually on the cliff. Well, I suppose this is all North Cliff, but it's not actually on the cliff. So, is India the noisiest country in the world? Answers on a postcard, please. Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. So it's just after 1 in the afternoon, and the heat is intense. I used to sit out in this sunshine for hours, but I just can't do it anymore. I mean, even the last time I was here in 2018, I used to sit out for hours every day in this heat. But I am so beyond that, I can't do that anymore. Coming up to the main road that goes into Varkala, that way. So the hammer and the sickle to show that in Kerala there is a communist party. Anybody here? Reception is cool. You have to pay the price. I mean, yesterday morning I got a So I've come back to this place, which is not as wanky as the last place I just walked to. Hello.
Yeah, hi.
How are you?
Fine.
You're on film. Can I get a chai? Chai?
No.
No chai. No tea. You have books?
Books.
You got English books?
Yes, English will be.
Can I see?
You can see.
Do I have to take my shoes off?
No
or?
problem.
Okay, thank you. So I've stumbled across a bookshop. Great.
Here at BWC, Uncle doesn't charge a subscription fee like Auntie does, but buying us a coffee would be much appreciated. Thank you.
So I've just been to...
Hello.
Hello.
Hey,
Hello.
you do that?
Yes.
Name.
I've just been to an ATM to get money out. Online it says you can take out 25,000 rupees, which is not per withdrawal. There seems to be a 10,000 rupee withdrawal on each transaction, which is 100 quid. One cash machine said maximum withdrawal is 15,000 rupees. So I put in 15,000. It said you've exceeded your withdrawal limit, so it's only 10,000 is the limit. But you can, and so I went into a bank. I've been to 2 banks, and I went into a bank, and a friendly guy said, "Oh, you can take out 20,000 out of our bank." But I didn't know whether he meant 10,000, 10,000, or 20,000 at one time. Anyway, it's confusing. So I went across the road to another bank, and I took out 10,000, and then I took out another 10,000, and then I took out another 10,000. So I was able to take out 30,000 rupees, which is barking dog, which is £300 is my maximum limit, withdrawal limit on my debit card. So 10,000 rupees is almost, it worked out at 97 quid. So I was able to take out up to 300 quid on 3 transactions. It appears that you can't take out 30,000 at one go, which I could do in the Philippines. I think there must be a limit. I think there must be a maximum limit of 10,000 on each withdrawal, on each transaction. But correct me if I'm wrong. What's happening? Oh. Hello. How you doing? Looking good.
What's up? What's up? I told you about it.
Okay. Looking good. Looking good. Uh-huh. So lovely, lovely work. So your work? This work? Yeah. Looking good, thank you. Thank you.
Camera?
It's a video.
Video?
Yeah. So last time I was here, I used to do this route to the gym, which was a 10-minute walk on the main road. It was along the main road, but this was a cut through to get to it. So I stayed over this side on South Cliff and walked for 10 minutes to the gym, which at the time I was a more active gym goer at that time, and I wanted to stay in better shape than I am now. Over the last 6 months, so I haven't really been as gung-ho about the gym as I used to be. Hence my physique. I don't think it's as important now. So I've started stretching again. Today was my 3rd day of yoga stretches. Last time I was here I did yoga quite a lot, which I haven't done, which I haven't kept up over the years. But as I get older, my body feels quite stiff, especially when I'm journeying on buses and trains. My body feels quite stiff. As I get older, I'm thinking I want to do more yoga type activities, more stretches, rather than the gym. I'd like to do the gym as well, but if I had the preference between the two, I think I need to maintain my flexibility more. So this is the main road where the gym is, but this is like a cut through, and I was staying down here. So some of the accommodations at Southcliffe. I think I checked online, it's really about $30 a night. It looks pretty good though. So this is the gym I used to come to last time I was here. I used to come at 4 o'clock. It's closed most of the day. There's always room for more in India. Wednesday afternoon, 1:45. I've come into Varkala to get a Indian SIM card. Hopefully. I came the other day but didn't have my passport with me, so they wouldn't accept a photocopy of my passport, so I've come back. Shouldn't really be out this time of day, it's absolutely roasting. I've carrying an umbrella like a twat, but it is absolutely roasting. Normally this time of day I'm indoors. Don't normally come out between 12 and 4 when the heat is intense, but mad dogs and Englishmen and all that go out in the midday sun. So here I am. This is Varkala town. Let me try over here. So So I've got my Indian SIM. When I came to Varkala the other day without my passport, I tried 3 different places. Well, the first place was an Airtel dealer and she wanted 500 rupees. Then I went across and she wanted to see my passport, which I didn't have, but I thought I'd go across the road anyway, and the guy said 100 rupees. And then I went to a third place and I was asked for 700 rupees. Of course, they wanted my passport each time, so I didn't get it that day. Went home, did some research, more research online. So it was going to cost at least 500 rupees. So the guy who was asking for 100 rupees, I decided not to bother with, and have come back today, and I've come to a different place, and I came here and he asked for 650 rupees, 1.5 gigabytes of data per day, and then after 28 days you need to renew for a further 300 rupees, and then you can extend again for a further 28 days or 30 days for another 300 rupees. So the whole SIM card is valid for 90 days, and he wanted 650 pesos up front for the first 28 days, but I said, oh, the lady around the corner only wants 500, and I got up to leave, started to walk out, and he said, okay, I'll do it for 550 and I will activate it now. So I've got it for 550 and he has activated it, and in 10 minutes and I am on the internet, all very quickly. So that's 550 rupees, which is 5 quid, $7 for 30 days, and then you extend again, as I said, another 30 days for 300 rupees, and then extend again for a further 30 days for 300 rupees. So it's not a bad deal. All you need is to bring your passport. If you go online, they say you need a copy of passport photographs, but they will fill everything in on, the guy filled everything in on his phone, so all you need to do is have a copy of your passport. So he takes a photograph of everything on your passport already, your visa stamps and your passport details. They will ask for your home address in your country where you're living, and they will also want a local address. So I'm staying in a homestay in Varkala, so I just put the name of the guest house next door. So as long as they've got something down on paper, everything will be fine. So 20 minutes I'm in and out, so that is not a bad experience, is it? And I'm now online in India.
Just a quick reminder to please click the thumbs up button if you liked the video, or thumbs down button if you didn't, obviously. Thank you.
So it's quite peaceful now. When I came the other day it was very chocker around here, sort of rush hour about 5 o'clock, but it's a little bit more peaceful.
You've been watching Uncle, the man from Bigg World Cinema. Please like and subscribe and send cash.